Well, over the next day or so, I want to talk to you about how to know if God's called you. And I just want to share some things with you that you can be considering, because this is a leader training channel. It's our goal here to help you be all that God has called you to be. And I know that may mean that you are I'm trying to pull up the notes here. That may mean that you are trying to find out if God has called you or not. And so just let me say a few things to you. First off, opinions abound about the call. Some people believe that you do not need a call, but you should see the command and go. Others feel that God must put his hand on you so that you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that he is calling you. I offer you one of the first of my favorite quotes about getting into the work of God by William Booth. He is the founder of the Salvation Army, and he wrote this many, many years ago. Not called, did you say? Not heard the call, I think you should say. Put your ear down to the Bible and hear him bid you go and pull sinners out of the fire of sin. Put your ear down to the burdened, agonized heart of humanity and listen to the pitiful wail for help. Go stand by the gates of hell and hear the damned entreat you to go into their Father's house and bid their brothers and sisters and servants and masters not to come there. Then look Christ in the face, whose mercy you have professed to obey, and tell him whether you will join heart and soul, body and circumstances in the march to publish his mercy to the world. Well, that was how William Booth put it. Have you heard the call? Maybe you haven't been listening. If you're concerned about being sure you're called to be a missionary, you're right to be cautious. Charles Spurgeon, speaking of young men called to the ministry, said this: you must be fitted to lead, prepared to endure, and able to persevere. In grace, you should be head and shoulders above the rest of the people, able to be their father and their counselor. Having seen so many missionaries not learn the language, not adapt to the culture, I want you to strongly consider God's will or God's call. Jesus said it was better to sit down first and count the cost rather than start to build and not be able to finish. You can look up Luke chapter 14, verses 28 through 32, and you can read about that very thought, that you must sit down first and count the cost and see what you should do. And so I want you to consider that with me. I'm going to take you on a little bit of a journey here as we go through. We're going to be looking at how to know if we're called, and we're going to be reading these. We're going to be studying these passages and these ideas. So go with me. Charles Spurgeon spoke about the importance of his calling and said the following: it may be, if I had not been called to the ministry and had no seal of it, I'd better leave it alone, lest I go without God's commission, and that would never answer my purpose to begin without his having sent me. For if he has not sent me, it may be I shall break down in my errand and do no good. I do not ask whether you are much instructed or learned or all that. I do not need you to ask. I do not need you to ask you, for I do not care about it myself. But I ask you these questions. Have you tried to address a Sabbath school? That's a Sunday school. Have you gained the attention of children? Having tried to address a few people when have you tried to address a few people when they've been gathered together? Have you found they'll listen to you after you have preached? Have you had any evidence and sign that would lead you to believe that souls were blessed under you? Did any of the saints of God who are spiritually minded tell you that their souls were fed by your sermon? Did you hear any sinner convicted of sin? Have you any reason to believe that you've had a soul converted under you? If not, if you will take one's advice for what it's good for, and I believe it's advice which God's Holy Spirit would have me give to you, you had better give it up. You will make a very respectable Sunday school teacher. You'll do very well in a great many ways. But unless these things have been known by you, Unless you have these evidences, you may say you have been called and all that. I don't believe it. If you had been called to preach, there would have been some evidence and some sign of it. Do you understand what he's saying? You got to know that God is using you. It's not just a feeling I have, but it's already being manifest in your life. I'll continue with you for a few days on the idea of the call. I hope you've been blessed by this today, and I look forward to talking to you about that again tomorrow.